I'm Victoria. I'm Vanessa. Yeah, it's okay if you can't tell us apart. I guess we would call it Twingineering. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back.
Welcome back to our 27th episode of Twingineering. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are not, welcome back. This is a podcast that Vanessa and I created to be a resource for Latinas and other first-generation minorities in engineering by providing advice, knowledge, testimonies, and also having guests on our podcast to share their stories and their experience because we can only provide so much. Today we do not have a guest.
Yeah,
Crickets.
this guy.
Yeah. It's just Vanessa and I today. Today's topic we're going to be going into is managing stress.
Yes. So, although we don't have a guest with us today, it's still very important. We're not just gonna yap. We're gonna yap educationally.
Right. I mean, and if you have other ways to manage stress, send
Let
them
us
our way.
know. Right.
We're all human beings. We all stress.
Right, right.
But before we go into the topic, we're gonna get a little conversation flowing. Start with some weekly highs and lows. Talk about something we learned this week, and then we'll go into managing stress. All right, so we're gonna start with the lows. I will go first. So it's been a while since we had an episode, I think. A lot has happened. I would say
Yeah, it's been a while.
this week itself I've had less sleep for sure. Um Early mornings, late nights, and also literally the 1st of April, um somebody hit my car while I was driving in it.
You're like, say April Fool's right now.
I
Say April Fool's
know.
right now.
I was like, there's no way. Literally no. And it was real. Unfortunately, not a dream. So that was my April. Um, I have like no positive photo dump of April.
But
Don't
now
expect
we're
me to
in
post.
May. Now we're in May. It's a new month.
Right. Don't expect a cute little story post about April from me. Vanessa, do you want to go?
Yeah, so my low is that I had scheduled an eye doctor appointment for today, and I was like, yeah, like I'm almost running out of contacts. It's good scheduling, like I set it up that way. And then like I had I guess they had to confirm it, right? Like they send you that message that, hey, confirm your appointment. I sent it yesterday, and they're like, actually, we no longer take your insurance. You're gonna pay for the exam, or you're gonna find your doctor. And I was like, yeah, I'm not paying. So then I was like, guys, I'm running out of contacts. So I was like, I did find one, but I'm hoping they accept me. It says they accept my insurance, but I'm new, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I was not expecting to not have an appointment today.
That's been happening with my doctor's appointments. Need to do that.
Yeah, no bueno, adulting.
Right. We love the healthcare system.
Now let's bring up the energy.
Okay, so I actually have a performance tomorrow. If you
Yeah.
see me without my glasses, if you watch it, like watch your podcast, it's because I just came from a rehearsal because I'm also performing at the end of this month. So I'm super excited to get back to dancing and like training and performing, hopefully more consistently. I know I'll be taking class more consistently, but we'll see about performances. Definitely wanted to perform more this year, so we're doing that.
Amazing, amazing. So my high is also dance related. So I recently got a position to teach next season at the studio that I dance at. So I'm very excited to be there. Also a little nervy, but we are qualified and we are ready.
For sure.
But yeah, so excited for this new adventure. Um, and I'll be extra busy next season, so try to
Love that.
catch me if you can.
Booked and busy.
Right, I'm saying.
All right. So next we'll go into something that we either learned in our current role or just something new that we tried. For me, I just learned lots of new choreo this week. Choreography. Choreo for short. Took classes, rehearsals, lots of new stuff. So that's all I
Amazing. That's good.
Good for fun.
Um, for me, I just started to relearn PCB design. Part of that was like, oh, I kind of missed this, you know. And then finding out like some free softwares where I can just like start reading some examples and like tutorials. I kind of just wanted to relearn that. So I was like, yeah, let's try these skills again and see if it's still there. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, PCB design layout, super cool. Recommend.
Start reading.
Yeah. Anyways, so now we'll go into today's topic, theme, whatever you want to call it, which is managing stress. Get the music soon. Um, a couple things we're gonna go into, but our first topic under this theme is focusing only on what you can control.
Yeah, so I guess also like before going into it, we kind of jotted down like 6 things you can do. Um, which, some of the things we've learned and or tried. Um, so the first one we do have is to focus only on what you can control. And I feel like that's kind of a hard one to like really take your advice. And it's like a mental conversation that you have to have with yourself, like um, like if you have a very important exam tomorrow and you're like, well, what if I fail? What if I don't do as good as I thought I was gonna do? You focus on um the like the what ifs, but like currently in the moment, um, I'm pretty sure like you're studying, right? Like that's really much like all that you can do. All you can do is one, practice what you need to practice, study what you need to study, but also make sure that, you do get enough sleep and focusing on things that you can do so that you are prepared. Um, and then also at the end of the day, like once you're in that exam, it's like, okay, you're there. So what can you put on the paper? And it's really about just putting your all into it, in the moment, where there's like this event is happening, and then the after result is like you can no longer change your answers that you put on the test. You can no longer change like what, happened at the event or this thing that you're stressing about. Um, so all you can do is like accept that whatever the outcome is, you'll deal with it when it comes. It's like either you did really well or, you passed or you did fail, and then you deal with it then. But I think when it comes to focusing on what you can control is not worrying about stuff that hasn't happened yet. You know, just take every moment as it comes, and focus on you. But that's what I would say about that.
Yeah, and I definitely think that that's easier said than done. I mean, most of these things with managing stress, like I know I still do that. And obviously I try to like do a lot of inner talk to be like, um, there's nothing you can do, girl. Like, maybe that makes me upset, but like, okay, that's gonna make me upset, but like, I don't know. Like, there's still not like, even though like it makes you upset, stressed, anxious, like there's still nothing that you can do about it, nothing you
To
can do to
control it
the
fully, yeah.
situation. Um, and so I think for me, since that stuff like that makes me like anxious, or sad or angry or mad. It's more about like calming myself down or figuring out how to like bring myself, center myself and bring myself out of that mindset. Um so and it all depends on like what helps you and like what doesn't. You know, like maybe it's switching your focus to something else or like doing something that um will make you happy um or calm you down. Um yeah, just something to think about.
Yeah. And I guess also like going back to like that inner talk, just knowing that you'll come out of it having like learned something, right? It's like, oh yeah, I was overthinking, or oh, okay, I need to work on this, or I mean that's kind of specific to the exam example, but like just know that you'll come out of it just like you've done previous things. Um, and you couldn't control things then, you can't control everything now, but just focus on how you can, like Victoria said, like regulate yourself and how um you can like do what you can only to get through whatever you're stressed about.
Yeah. And you will get through it. You will survive.
Yes. It's a lot of mental talk, really.
Yeah. So the next topic kind of goes like hand in hand with what we were kind of talking about, but focusing on one thing at a time. Um, Vanessa, I don't know if you had anything to add.
Yeah, I mean, I know you did say like goes hand in hand. But yeah, like Victoria said, like focusing on one thing at a time. So if you're like, well, this test is tomorrow and I still have to do this, 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 and this, and practice this and study this, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, if you do have this like full list, like take it one thing at a time, right? Because also like as you're like, okay, first I will study this homework item, right? And then once you do like get through that, you also feel a sense of like completion and like you did something, and that also provides like some um I'm not good with these like technical terms, but you're like happy, right? Because you're
Yeah.
like, I accomplished something where like before you completed it, you were stressed that you still had to do it. And I think that sense of accomplishment also helps you think more positively of like, okay, well, I did this, so I can, I know more than what I did 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, and like staying
Um,
motivated to
yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah, it keeps you motivated. And so like focusing on one thing at a time, really helps you also narrow your focus. So you're like, okay, I'm only gonna do this from like this amount of time. And so you're not like thinking about the 10 other things you have to do, but you really focus on one thing. Um, and then, it can help you just um stay calm about the whole thing. Um, but yeah, and even if you do have like a whole list, and maybe we'll get into this like in another topic, but um, and let's say you only get through five. I think that that provides also still like a sense of accomplishment that you got to the five instead of the zero. So, um, yeah, I don't know if you have anything to add.
yeah. So like definitely I was gonna bring up something similar to what you said, like not like it's good to know like big picture, right? To know like what you want to do, what you need to do, but um not good to think big picture for like stress reasons. Because like I do that too. I'm like, I'm gonna have this, and like I have lists all the time. Um, but definitely like knowing or making time for like specific things and like, one thing at a time, like as we're saying. Um, and if there's like one thing that you're like, I need to get to this, I need to get to this, I need to get to this, like when I have time, like, and it's something that's like stressing you out, like just do it. Because you're never gonna have like more time all of a sudden. Like you're never gonna be like, wow, my schedule is like fully clear. I can now do this one thing that like has been on my list for years. Like you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Um, and even if it's like 25% of whatever that is, or like maybe you complete it, or like um, I don't know, this just goes like it can be different things. So like either a big project or like starting to learn like relearn skills, like getting back into dancing, like you need to make time for these things, and um it's important to like take it one step at a time or like break it down, and like also understanding you and yourself and how long you think you're going to be taking with that, because if you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do all of these things today, um and they like and you're like they're all gonna take me 5 minutes. And like deep down inside, you know that no, you're not. Like, don't do that to yourself. Because you're gonna stress yourself out more, and then you're gonna set yourself up for failure. Um, so I mean, and it's a lot of like trial and error, but just take those things to into account. Um, and like we said, one thing at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, and going back to what you said about like you're not gonna have more time in a day and right, like just do the thing that you've been saying you were gonna do. And like sometimes it's like, oh, that literally took me like 15 minutes. Why didn't I do that like 2 days ago? You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean there are times where you're like, no, this is gonna take me a while, but you know that. So, like you mentioned,
Mhm.
don't set yourself up for failure. And then trying to just complete it. Um, but also like setting yourself those like non-negotiables of like, yeah, I mean like eat every day, right? Like, oh, I still have to eat dinner. Like, yeah, you do. So, like take care of your health as well. But like setting those like non-negotiables and being like, these are things that I have to do today. And then there's things that
Right. Yeah.
like priorities. So, yeah, doing one thing at a time, but also making sure that if you do have those non-negotiables, that you do get those
Yeah.
done. Um, but yeah, I guess this goes into the next one where I talk about fueling your body. Um, this goes into, I guess, like the other topics as well, but specifically about um like food currently. We'll just be specific. Also like the things that you put in your body can create stress as well. So it's important to also like make sure you're eating well-balanced meals and you're not letting yourself go hungry. Um, and I won't say like, oh, don't drink caffeine because I do that every day. Guilty.
All
And
right.
I would
Everyone, letting
sorry,
help
guys.
know right now.
I am no health expert, by the way, so yeah. But I'm saying that like when you do feed your body good things, you feel more energized and it's like going back to focusing on what you can control. Like you can
Yeah.
control what you're putting into your body and at least like what you eat is helping you make you feel like energized. And then it's like, okay, so I don't feel dead while I'm studying this paper. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's like one thing that you can control. Um, eat the good things, but also, if you want to have a scoop of ice cream, if that's gonna make you feel better, sure. Don't eat like 10, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I have too much to add on this topic, but I don't know. I like personally I drink coffee, matcha. Um, haven't switched totally to teas for caffeine. Even though it's really better for you.
Um,
Um, but energy drinks I don't do. They scare me personally.
I tried some, yeah, and I drink some. I also drink coffee, not on the same day. I choose one, guys. Don't worry. Um, I'm like addicted but not, But yeah. Um,
Yeah, and a lot of like especially like when you eat when you wake up, has an impact on your energy throughout the day. Like the first thing, if the first thing that you put in your body is like piece of bread, like coffee that's like filled with sugar, it's like, girl, I know it's good,
you
but you
definitely
put
want,
something else, huh?
sorry, no, go finish.
Like, but you need to put something else in there first.
Yeah. You definitely want to have a lot of, I would say, protein and like carbs in the morning because I mean, carbs like give you energy and like the protein as well. Like kind of front loading that all in the beginning is gonna give you a lot of energy to start your day. And I mean, like Victoria said, like don't drink coffee the first thing, like have something in your body before you start taking caffeine in because you're gonna crash. You're gonna crash.
It's like when you eat like candy and then you're like, yeah, I feel good, and then boom, stomach ache, feel like throwing up, headache, like I mean, and that's like at any point of the day, but like, we're just talking about the morning right now. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah. Um, and food that's good for you is also pretty good. Just
right,
like.
right. It's yummy. I love food.
So next we'll go into hobbies, activities. They kind of help us manage stress, whether that's physical, artistic, and educational. I think we're gonna go into all three, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, all of these three play a part into managing stress. If you can do all three, great. If you can do one, also great. Um, but yeah, Vanessa, I'll let you start it off.
Yeah. So you want to do things that, one, move your body, two, doing something that makes you feel creative, and then three, I like this wording that they use, something to keep your mind sharp. Keep those little dents in your brain or whatever. So moving your body, I think a lot, like a walk goes a long way. Um, obviously if you make the time to exercise throughout the week, that's good too because I've never left a gym session like, oh, I feel so bad that I went to the gym, like I hated
I
that.
shouldn't have done that.
No. Like like there are times where like I do feel like unmotivated to go. But I work out like 3 times a week, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm only working out 3 times a week because I have like other things that I do. So like, let me commit. And that's like going back to the whole like non-negotiable thing, how I'm like, like stick to the plan. And after it, I'm like, oh, like that was a good gym session. And I mean, there are days where I'm just like, I just walk. And I think it's a lot to just either get out when the weather is nice or just like when you're feeling stressed as well, just like get up and start walking around your apartment. Um, in a way, like it helps you focus on something else. But it also like reduces stress. Moving your body does go a long way. Um, I don't know if you have something to add about that specifically.
Mm, I mean, no, like what I take classes, dance classes. I also go to the gym. There's different things you can do, like rock climbing, bouldering, skating, like even walking, a
Biking
slight
is good.
jog, stretching. Like stretching helps a lot, especially to wake up your body. And also you don't want to lose that movement, guys. Okay? Hip mobility. We need to stretch.
Right.
Reminder
Yeah.
for me too. But like anything you can do, it just helps a lot. Like just laying down and like rotting in bed definitely makes me feel worse when I do that. Um, Sometimes it's like you need it to like, relax your body, but like when you're just doing it, yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, there's different things you can do was all I was trying to add.
Yeah. The other thing was doing something that it like feeds your creativity. So if you're like, oh, I always wanted to try painting or pottery or um sewing. Sorry, I'm trying to think of a you
Saying.
know like definitely get into that, right? Because I think it feeds like a different part of your brain. And like when I first started pottery, I was like, oh man, this is kind of stressful. Like, I cannot control the clay. But then like now it's like you just make things that are weird or that people request and then you crack it, but like or it cracks. I don't crack it.
My Lunchable.
No. Um, that was not me. It was the kiln. Um, but yeah, I think it like the whole like you learning something or like if you're going back to something that made you feel creative like a while back, it takes your mind off of things and then also like uses a different part of your brain and you're able to um be creative and not focus on like your day-to-day job, right?
Right.
Like um yeah, I think dance provides that for me. I mean, I also do pottery as well, but I feel like dance is a good mix of all of these. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
I mean, dance is a good example because like you move your body, a way that you can feel creative is like you make your own choreography. It's practicing, some like a piece that you learned, like your choices that you make throughout the dance.
hmm
Um, and then like it also keeps your mind sharp because you gotta learn it, right? You gotta keep learning these steps,
yeah,
learning technique, training, different parts of your body to move that specific way. But as far as like doing something creative, we need the arts.
we
We
do.
need the arts. We really do. Full support in of the arts always. Um, so like yeah, I feel like as like human beings, we really need that. Like we definitely were not meant for like 9 to 5, like work super hard, like you know? Um, so yeah, like if you have a specific interest or like a spark of interest in something, like just go do it. I promise it's gonna make you feel better. Um, and like I feel like we need to stop the feeling or like not wanting to try something new because it's something new and you're learning for the first time and like obviously you're not going to be great at it. If you are, then good for you. Like I'm proud of you. Sorry, I don't know if that sounded mean, but like obviously you're not gonna perform like other people who've been doing it for years. So don't be afraid to try it just because, you might look dumb the first time. Um, like you'll get better. That's just how it works, you know? As long as you keep practicing and keep going, and then you'll like it. You'll keep enjoying it. And if you don't, well, at
You
least you tried.
try to, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, the third thing was something that keeps your mind sharp. So, if you want to learn a new language? Why not? If you want to relearn PCB design, why not? Um, just something to like keep your brain moving, because once you like have a job or let's say you already have like a set routine, it's so easy to just get caught in that routine and stay in it. It's good to continue to help yourself grow. Um, and I feel like these things are ways that you can reach your full potential because you're like not reaching, okay, this is the wrong word, attacking different parts of your body, like you know what I mean? Like,
Unlucky.
yeah, feeding, you're feeding your soul, your brain,
Yeah.
you know? So you're growing in different ways and it's like you're multitasking, right? Um, but yeah, so doing something that moves your body, feeds your creativity, um, keeps those wrinkles in your brain.
Yeah. Even like little math games. I don't know, reading a book,
Yeah, yeah.
puzzles. Social studies, all right? Well,
Yes.
learning a dance. Um,
Opening a book goes a long way, guys.
yeah, playing some of those like brain games, like all good.
Podcasts are good too.
Oh yeah.
Here we are.
Right. All right, those are just some examples. Moving on. Sleep, night, morning routine, and recovery.
Yes. So, like we said, how, it's good to keep things moving, learning, whatever. I think recovery is also just as important. Getting your 8 hours as women, 8 to 9, men, I don't know, you're crazy. That's good. They get like 6 and they're fine. But focusing on recovery is also very important. Because like if your body is always in stress mode and you're never sleeping, so you're always tired and never energized, and that impacts your body as well. Like your body's always like dead. So I think that goes back to like setting those like non-negotiables, like developing a night routine, morning routine. I've struggled with that. I still struggle with that, but I still try to get like the most amount of sleep that I can. Um, and I do prioritize it at least during the week when I can. I do have a busy schedule, but like if I know I can push something off to like a next day and it's not like something I have to get done today, then I'm like, okay, let me focus on sleep. Um, but yeah, it really does go a long way and it does help like you feel better the morning you wake up. It helps your brain like wind down and really recover from the day before. Um, but yeah, I don't know if you have anything to add.
Um, no, I mean, just that I'm also working on it. Like, especially when I have like rehearsals, work, like it gets kind of tough. Gym, just life,
Yeah.
chores. That like add on to it. It
I
gets
think
harder to get like more sleep in. Um, but yeah, definitely prioritize it. Wouldn't recommend being tired at work. That was me this week. I was like fighting for my life. Would not
yeah,
recommend.
I think
Um,
also like if quantity is not like let's say you can't focus on quantity because you have a busy schedule, then I would also focus on quality, right? So like being able to wind down, I think Victoria, we were talking about like not using your phone like right before you go to sleep.
mhm.
Um, I would say like 30 minutes to an hour, and then like when you wake up, I know some of us use like phones as alarms, but like not checking your notifications, right? Because then you're automatically setting your brain to, oh, let me read this and like see like what's going on. And, like I feel like sending some stress to your brain when you do that.
Yeah, like you don't let
Um,
your body like wake up. And the
yeah.
same goes with like caffeine. Like first thing you drink in the morning, like let your body actually wake up before you like send it. Like,
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
And
oh, go ahead.
no, like if there are things that can help, like reading a book or like reading a page or two, or maybe just laying in bed before you go to sleep. If there are things that help you wind down, I feel like that's also important to set as a non-negotiable.
Yeah, just going back to the phone thing, try to keep it away from you. Just, once so you don't like go on and use it. And also it's not good for you. Um, if you would like to know, cell phones radiate, okay? Not good long term for the body. Um, they have these fields that they emit, all right, or that they radiate. Would not recommend. Um, yeah,
Thank you.
radiation is always bad for you. I'm judging
If you
myself
didn't know.
included. Myself included. All right. The last thing that we're gonna go into is planning. Planning less, planning more. Let's talk about it.
Yes. So everyone is wired a little differently, right? And this, in a nutshell, this advice is basically like plan more, right, if it helps you, and plan less if that helps you. So, planning more, like I'm a very structured person and I'm a planner. So, the way I set myself up for success is I do have like a reset day throughout the week. It's usually Sunday. If my schedule's a little weird, I have to figure that out. But I plan my week like, okay, these 3 days I'm gonna work out. This week I have a work meeting after. I have dance weekly, so I know when that time is. So where am I gonna fit dinner? Um, there's other errands I have to run. Um, and then like if I also plan to like see friends that week, when is that gonna happen? I do try to set it up weekly, not like a month out or whatever, because obviously things happen. Um, but by doing that, I at least set myself like a baseline of how my week is gonna go. And that provides less stress for me because like I also meal prep and then like that relieves the stress of, well, what am I gonna have for dinner?
Yeah.
What am I gonna have for breakfast? And so planning ahead does help me a lot. And then, if things happen throughout the week, it's more of like a readjustment rather than like, oh, this shifts my whole week, this shifts my whole day. Um, and as far as like planning less, like if planning for you stresses you out because you feel like you're not in control of things and you would rather prefer like you take it day by day, by all means, like um if that helps you, then start taking things off your calendar. Start taking, you know, um I don't work like that. But yeah, I think for me, like I do like the structure. And also like let's say you have a list of things that you need to do every day. I would say to also just give yourself grace if you can't get everything done in one day. Um, right, like you have a plan and you try to stick to it. Um, but life happens and then you have to readjust and then you replan, at least for me. Um, but yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah. I say that works for me also. I found that out in college. Like at some point I was scheduling like by timestamps or like by hours of the day, just because like that's how busy my schedule was. Um, and so I was like, okay, I have class from, I don't know, 2 to 5, 10 to 1. Okay. And then like I plan stuff outside of that. But it got too stressful for me when I'd be like, okay, um, homework for this class, like 3 to 5. And then I was like, when I got done from 3 to 5, one problem. And then like like I would stress myself out because I'm like, I was supposed to finish by this time, like now, like what am I gonna do? Like, anyways, it was just worse for me, like mentally and emotionally, like I would freak out. So I think for me it's more of like a structure. Like I like Vanessa said, like I put in my schedule like what's already set, like work, dance rehearsal, gym time. And around that, like I know I have to eat. I know that like maybe I have to wash my clothes today. I have to go get groceries. And so that's like I give myself like a little bit more time. Like groceries can take me like, I don't know, 2 hours maybe, like driving there, getting all the groceries, paying, driving back depending on where I'm going. Um, so plan more of a structure, less timestamp, just kind of know like where around what time you'd want to do it. And like you can put that on your calendar. That's what I do. Just like leave some space. Um, but yeah,
And
that's all I'd have to add.
I think like also like once I got in a routine, I was able to more accurately say, yeah, this is gonna take me 1 hour. And
Yeah.
obviously I still give myself some like buffer time in case like things happen, like maybe there's traffic, maybe someone's using the bench that I want to use at the gym and I have to wait. Um, so yeah, like still giving yourself that buffer time. But yeah, I know like there are people who feel like planning kind of um keeps them like constricted. That's the word, right?
Yeah.
Um, so if that's how you feel, then definitely plan less. Like do what you need so that you can get what you need to get done, but also minimizes stress in your mind. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, we don't have any submitted questions this week. Somebody forgot to post. Anyways. So we don't have any this week. Hopefully we will have some next time. But if you have any like suggestions, questions at any time about anything or something that you'd want us to talk about on the podcast, something you want us to like cover, I don't know, our opinion on, please let us know. Reach out anytime via our website, well, preferably Instagram, our DMs. We'll see that more often, or email. Um, but yeah, Vanessa, do you have anything else to add?
No, thank you for listening. I hope we provided some new tips for you that you didn't have in your back pocket in your little toolbox. But yeah, thank you for listening and I hope you enjoyed this yap session.
Yeah, and feel free to visit our website at any time. Should be updated. Follow us on social media. Um, trying to stay updated on that and stay tuned for our next episode. All right. Have a good
Bye.
weekend.